Well, I'm feeling wired myself.
I need more coffee to get more wired.
You're not quite wired enough to what you're saying.
No, but...
Are you expecting a call today?
No, I'm not expecting a call. My guest is running a little bit late, so we're just going to, fill in a little bit.
Okay.
I love September, and I love fall weather, and I love dreary days, and this is like my jam, and I'm so excited. Now, my husband may fight me on this, but I'm really excited because tonight it's going to get into the 40s, which means...
Oh, I am too.
I can build a fire in my fireplace.
Means me,
right.
And I'm so excited.
Means to me I can put a blanket back on.
Yes, it's just,
I've been sleeping under a sheet, if that, for the last several weeks, and I'm going, oh, come on, chill off here tonight.
I know, yeah. So the weather's, I'm really excited to kick off fall. And fall, it has a really special, time in at least my heart, and I think in all of Iron County specifically too, because we start seeing a lot of the animals come out, right? We have deer, we have elk, we have all the, not the wildland, but like all the grazing sheep and cows, and you see those starting to come off the mountain here and there, and you see the calf sales and a bunch of things, and it becomes more apparent, from lambing and calving season, we kind of are less prominent in the community through the summer, right? Except for like alfalfa and corn and, the crop things. But then we start to see all of the animals come back to town.
It's funny, on a lark, you go up Cedar Mountain all the time, and there you see the camps up there and things like that.
Yeah.
On a lark, I was coming back from Parowan, and I came back the old highway, and I don't know if you've ever done this, but there's a road a bit north of Summit that takes you up to what they call the Parowan Front.
Okay.
And
I thought the Summit Canyon Road.
Is that what it's called,
Yes.
Summit Canyon Road?
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, let's just see where this goes, because I had some time and I was in my my 4-wheel drive, so I thought, let's just see where this goes. And I was surprised how much is up there for sheeping and other folks.
Yeah, and it's incredible. As soon as you start up the canyon, either going up right-hand past Melts or going all the way to the top over to Midway, one of our producers that happens to be in studios runs his sheep up in that area as well, and it is not very common that you can go down any dirt roads and not see some type of livestock in this county. And so
one of them had a dog that came after my car and went, all right, chill out there, dog.
Well, yes, but they're doing their
They're
job. Thank
trained
you.
to chase all suspicious critters.
And I am suspicious.
Yeah.
Yes, and thank you for not picking it up and rescuing it, because it is working. It is a working dog.
I know that. The thing that bothered me is that I got to the point that I got to turn around and go back. I really wanted to see where that road ended up.
So if you'd have followed that clear through, you'd have wound up over to Bryan Head or
Head?
Great Lakes, or you could have gone either way. There's a fork over there a couple of different turns you could have took.
I should kick one.
Well,
it's a pretty drive, and it's
it is pretty gorgeous.
I was gonna say it's gonna you're hitting that road. You're discovering these roads in a really prime time because the leaves are starting to change, and that also is another.
We did the Labor Day run and came back up to Pangos and came back over 14, and I kept looking for the changing leaves. I didn't see any on that day.
Not quite yet. There's a couple in Mitchell Sawmill that are starting to get a little bit yellow. But it's really tucked back into in the sawmill and or in the Tippets Road.
After this next week, I think we're going to have a little frost up there, and you're going to see them coming on.
Yep. The larkspur's already, starting to die off, and it's.
We're gonna screw you, scientists, and your La Nina. Let's bring on.
Yeah.
Winter.
Well,
Let's
I love
hope
that.
they're wrong on that. We've
Right.
had enough La Nina.
I know, and it's what's really entertaining is my husband and I were having this conversation as we were unloading wood because we cut wood for our fireplace and things. And he's like, well, that'll have to dry out and then I'll be able to split it in a few days or whatever else. And it's been raining the last 2 days, so we can't split wood today. But I said, we're going to have snow in town by October 1st. And he's like, well, you're optimistic. And then it starts raining. So it's entertaining to us. So anyways, Scott, thank you so much for joining us today to go over the Utah Farm Bureau Federation and what it really is about. It's really exciting because we just finished the county fair, and the last little section of that. I mean, it starts with the rallies over in Parowan, and then goes to the rodeo, and then we finished with the livestock show over this last weekend. Kind of tell us your opinion on how this year went.
I think that everything was a huge success. The fair, I think, was the best we've ever had, and we really appreciate people coming out. And we had a booth over there, and we had a lot of people come by and talk to us a little bit, and we was excited to explain about agriculture. Dave and Ginger Burchard did a wonderful job with that booth. And then also they put together a float with your help, with the Hanson's help, and the tractors.
The tractors, yes, they were a lot of fun.
Yeah, we wouldn't have had much if we'd just been trying to guide that wagon without a tractor. So.
Well, I mean, we could have found a cow or two, right?
But then the livestock show, I got to tell you, that was amazing. The amount of money that traded hands, and I got to hear the final figure, but the support for the kids in our community, it was towards $1 million, really close.
$1 million?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I think that's the biggest year
Yeah.
they've had.
Yeah, it was huge. And there was a lamb donated to the Garfield family that brought $31,000.
Wow.
And it's amazing. We live in a wonderful community.
And it's incredible how much of our community has been affected, you know, by the Garfield family and what they're going through, and our hearts go out to you guys. We are sending love and prayer and comfort for sure. The really exciting thing, at least for me, and not a lot of people noticed it at the Iron County Fair, but there was this really cool banner. Do you remember what that banner said about Cedar
yes.
City?
In fact, I've got it right here.
And I want to give a quick shout out to the USU Extension Office, Randall Violet, for putting this poster together. The figures are from, I believe, 2017, but I wouldn't say that they have fluctuated in a negative capacity, more so in a positive capacity. But how much in any one annual period does Iron County generate in income from agriculture?
Let me read it to you. So the banner, cash receipts from livestock production, over $79 million annually.
79 million.
Yes. Cash receipts from crop production, over $54 million annually. Total cash receipts from agriculture production, over $130 million annually.
$130 million, and this is just for Iron County, correct?
Yeah, this is just Iron County.
For what Iron County does for agriculture in either the livestock and or the crop production, it is generating, spending, earning $130 million on any annual period.
So every cow in Iron County contributes $600 to $800, which I'd say is a little low for this year, to the economy on an annual basis. There are 42,525 sheep in Iron County. Iron County is the third largest sheep producing county in the state of Utah, and the 13th largest county. Did I say county?
Yes.
Yeah, county
13th largest county
in the U.S.
In the U.S.
So
we make big waves.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hearing, and I don't think we're going to slow down. Are we going to slow down?
Well, I hope we don't.
I don't think we are.
My job is to keep us producing in agriculture, to make sure that we keep a sustainable and a reliable food source, and local too. I'd say that we're turning more and more local with our food all the time.
And we've talked about it before on prior shows, how many cut and wrap houses are popping up everywhere because of the local demand from the local producers.
Correct, and it really helped them. Let's see, where were we? Net income from sheep and goat production is $6 million annually, which I bet that's a little on the low side now, but the average age of a primary farmer or rancher in Iron County is 57.6 years.
So you're just getting into that really good wine stage.
Is that what it is?
I suppose so.
Well, that's first. I'm glad to be a little below average on that. Not much, but a little. Dairy cattle numbers have increased 32% from 2012 to 2017. Over 59,000 acres are in hay production with an average yield of 4.7 tons per acre.
And
that's got to be low for a lot of these real big guys. But anyway, he's took this off of some statistics. So 278,000 tons of hay produced with an average value of $345 a ton, which is lower than hay's going for right now.
Right.
Equals $95 million.
A whole $95 million
this year. That is a 21.
As of 21 figure.
21 value.
And isn't it incredible, you know, how we just kind of go throughout our day to day. Like, at least for me, like, I'm aware of producers because of, you know, the career I've chosen, right? But all of the normal everyday functions of a lot of people, we just go through the motions. We wake up, we shut the alarm clock off, we shower, we drink our coffee, we eat our breakfast, we go to our 8 to 5. We come home, we cook dinner, we go to bed. Producers, I mean, they have a little bit of downtime, meaning like maybe a 15-day period somewhere between Thanksgiving and Christmas. But otherwise, you're shipping, you're moving, you're feeding, you're getting ready for lambing season, you're getting ready for mountain season. Like, you're always going and constantly striving, and I would say that you're creating the synergy and the economies of scale with producing $130 million for Iron County.
Yes, yeah, and one thing about agriculture, maybe it's not something to brag about, but we pretty much reinvest all that money right here because
in the Junior Livestock Show.
And we got to have equipment, we got to have fertilizer, we got to have insurance, we got to have tires. We've got to have,
Mechanics,
I've got 4 sheep herders. I have a big grocery bill every month, taking care of those. We put it right back into the community here, and agriculture is definitely something that the community needs and should be proud of for what they do.
Well, and hopefully, and mark your calendars. I believe it's October 24th and no, that's a Monday. I think it's that next week, the 29th. Maybe the 29th is the Heritage Festival Parade, where producers are bringing down so people can see, what one of the many herds in Cedar City look like rolling down, Main Street, which is the original livestock trail to my memory. Scott, what else is going on?
So I wanted to talk a little bit about the Farm Bureau, and I want to just read the mission statement right now. Inspire all Utah families to connect and succeed and grow through the miracle of agriculture. And that is really our mission. Right to the livestock show or whatever, we want them to succeed and grow.
And it's incredible because and I'll just kind of put it in a quick timeline. You can start as early, I believe, as 5 and 6 years old in a Pee-wee junior livestock competition. Yeah. And you can go all the way through 18 or 19? 18. And you're just getting involved in showmanship and figuring out what they need to eat and, how to take care of animals. And from there, you can get your own herd. You can get different things through different partners, partnerships with different banking systems and things. But you can start as early as 4 and 5, guys. Yeah. You can get your youth started as early as those different things. So please tell us kind of about the membership and what it really means to be a part of the Federation.
So the Utah Farm Bureau and the Iron County Farm Bureau is an organization that speaks up for landowners and farmers and ranchers. We need to always include ranchers. That's their job. They're not just focused on one species of animal or anything. We're focused on agriculture.
We're also, I want to say, in some form, we're a really grassroots organization where we meet every month on the second Thursday at the Spring Hill Marriott, and we go through different topics of interest or concerns that our members have or that community members have. And that goes anywhere from water rights to cameras being on wells out in the middle of the desert to zoning restrictions here in Iron County.
Yeah. Some of the things that we work on is the right to farm, Greenbelt law, ag water protection, public land issues, animal welfare. We're very active. We have a lobbyist that attends the legislature every day. So for your $72 membership, you have access to a lobbyist.
He goes to the legislature every day?
Mm-hmm.
Do you give him battle pay for that, combat pay?
Well, I don't think he fights hard enough, but we're trying to psych him up. So hazard pay.
I don't know if I could go to the legislature every day unless I had a hazmat suit and all that stuff.
We've all watched a little bit of it, and we thought, oh my goodness, this takes a lot of patience and whatever to sort through all of this.
Sometimes, I'm not saying that I wish this upon anybody, but sometimes I think lives were so much simpler. Government was so much simpler when we had 6-shooters.
We still have them.
Right. I'm just saying, it seemed to be a lot simpler. The Constitution was upheld, back to your guys' earlier discussion of, getting back to our founding fathers and what this country really needs. We need a little less politicking.
Mm-hmm.
We need politicking for making sure that our natural right to farm and produce food.
Too much politicking going on.
Politics are kind of a funny thing. I read a deal the other day, and we're getting way off topic, but Nancy Pelosi is worth $115 million.
Being a politician.
And at her current salary of speaker at $239,000 a year, she would have had to been there 500 years. Which
Hasn't she been?
It seems like it.
Oh my. Okay, boys. We have.
So
Redirect.
in the Farm Bureau, we spend our efforts protecting the environment and private property rights and taxes. I mean, everything that affects agriculture, we're involved in. We've done we've been involved in securing millions of dollars for funding for water optimization projects. Final approval of the USU veterinary school.
Which is so exciting
Yeah,
for just the
that's-
state of Utah to be able to have our own school.
It's kind of surprising that we couldn't actually finish vets here, but now we can. We've been involved in wild horse management. Water, we were involved in the fight over navigable waters protection rule, you know, endangered species, taxes, infrastructure. I mean, the Farm Bureau is great, and I don't know how much time we got, but I want to talk about our own local Farm Bureau. If you're somewhat involved, if you're a landowner or do any small thing in agriculture, you need to. We would have loved to have you as a member of the Farm Bureau, and I believe that we've got something to offer you. The benefits you get from being a member are probably well worth it. You can get insurance and financial, which we
Yes,
know
which
that.
we talk about.
Banking services, phone and internet service, eye exams, hearing aids, $500 rebate on Ford, which that seems kind of low to.
Well, yes, and aside from all of the just different benefits that they offer, I think there's over 750,000 companies that you have access to for different discounts or different specific things. Hotels,
yeah, rent-a-cars,
yes,
Disneyland,
the whole
whatever.
gamut of it. You also have access to Scott Stubbs, who is on the radio today, and you have access to him for all of the different things, and the questions or the concerns and what Scott's done really differently than any other president that I've been around of the Iron County Farm Bureau Federation is he gets you an answer. Whether he knows it or not, he goes and researches that and makes sure that you get a sound answer back or a deeper discussion on it so that we can solve the problem. And you've been really good at just helping locally with that, not only as a state, being a part of the council, but you've done really well with that in Iron County, which we've really appreciated.
Well, and I was going to say, we try every month. We have our monthly meeting, second Thursday, as you've said, but we try to bring somebody that will educate us. We've had UDAF there talking about water optimization programs and ARDL loans. We've had this last time we had Randy Marshall from the Grazing Improvement Program talk about different projects to develop water and help preserve and enhance our range, which every time we do a water project, it helps us, but it also helps the wildlife.
Right.
And we like wildlife too. We like to see them.
It's all in balance. It's all in balance. Scott, thank you so much for joining us with Wired Wednesday today from the Utah Farm Bureau Federation, Iron County President Scott Stubbs. It's always very enlightening to have you on the radio and to go through the different things. This has been McKenna Hansen with Wired Wednesday, your local Farm Bureau financial agent. My number is 435-592-2021, serving all of Southern Utah with insurance. And now I have my real estate license.
Really?
Well, just, to add that into I still got to work on the flow of that. The flow of, creating synergy between different companies.
Okay. Well,
That'll be great. Thank you again for joining us for Wired Wednesday. I appreciate your guys' time.
And I'm going to finish that road one day. I'm going to actually just.
Yeah.
I'll wait till it's snowy in the winter. Oh, wait a minute.